Good morning. As the sun rises, casting its golden glow upon the world, we find ourselves at the dawn of a new era of global connectivity and economic ambition. Let's start with a simple question. A question that's on the minds of policymakers, economists, and citizens around the world. What exactly is China's Belt and Road Initiative, or the BRI? What are its goals, its impacts, and its implications for the future? In essence, it is one of the most ambitious infrastructure and investment projects in modern history, a colossal undertaking that spans continents and promises to reshape the global landscape. Unveiled by President Xi Jinping in 2013, the BRI aims to connect Asia, Africa, and Europe through land and maritime networks, creating a web of interconnected infrastructure that will facilitate trade and cooperation. The goal: improve regional integration, boost trade, and stimulate economic growth across a vast portion of the globe. A vision of shared prosperity and interconnected economies. Think of it as a modern Silk Road: roads, railways, ports, pipelines, and digital networks on a global scale. A 21st century infrastructure revolution. The BRI is a centerpiece of Chinese foreign policy, designed to place China at the heart of global commerce, positioning the nation as a key player in shaping the future of international trade and development. For participating countries, it offers access to capital and expertise for critical infrastructure they might not otherwise afford, bridging the infrastructure gap and fostering economic growth in developing nations. The BRI is not a single project, but a sprawling collection of corridors and initiatives tailored to regional needs, a flexible framework that adapts to the unique circumstances of each participating country. By financing and building this infrastructure, China increases its economic leverage and political influence across dozens of countries, solidifying its position as a global power. As of July 2025, over 150 countries and 30 international organizations have signed on in some capacity, demonstrating the widespread appeal and global reach of the initiative. The BRI touches everything from global supply chains to local politics. Its influence is far-reaching and multifaceted. Understanding the BRI is crucial to understanding the direction of the 21st century global economy. It's a key to unlocking the future of international relations and economic development. The Belt and Road Initiative, often abbreviated as BRI, is a massive undertaking with global implications. It has two main components, each designed to serve distinct yet interconnected purposes in reshaping international trade and infrastructure. The first is the Silk Road Economic Belt, the land-based strategy. This component focuses on creating a network of overland routes. It creates overland corridors connecting China with Central Asia, fostering economic cooperation and trade opportunities. These corridors extend further, reaching the Middle East and Europe, creating a vast, interconnected trade network. This is achieved through the construction and enhancement of railways, highways, and pipelines, facilitating the movement of goods and resources. These corridors, like the one originating from Western China, are strategically positioned to unlock economic potential. They traverse through Central Asia, ultimately reaching Europe, forming a modern-day Eurasian land bridge. These routes are meticulously designed to make trade faster and more efficient, reducing transit times and logistical bottlenecks. Each route is a complex undertaking requiring significant investment and careful planning. These projects involve overcoming geographical challenges like mountains and deserts, as well as navigating complex political boundaries. The second component is the 21st century Maritime Silk Road, the sea-based arm. This initiative complements the land-based strategy by focusing on maritime infrastructure and trade routes. It focuses on developing ports and coastal infrastructure, enhancing maritime connectivity and trade capacity. This maritime network extends from the South China Sea to Africa and Europe, creating a vast oceanic trade web. The Maritime Road secures China's sea lanes, ensuring the smooth flow of goods and resources. It ensures efficient trade and energy imports, vital for China's economic growth and stability. Together, the Belt and the Road form a comprehensive strategy designed to integrate economies and foster collaboration. This initiative aims to enhance China's global connectivity, positioning it as a central hub in the world's economic landscape. The land belt opens new markets in Eurasia, creating opportunities for businesses and fostering economic growth. Simultaneously, the Maritime Road secures trade routes across oceans, ensuring the stability of global supply chains. This dual approach provides flexibility, a key advantage in an ever-changing global landscape. In the event that one route faces disruption, whether due to political instability or natural disasters, the other can compensate, ensuring continuity. The BRI is designed to bind a significant portion of the world's economy closer to China, fostering interdependence and shared prosperity. It's a new framework for global trade and development, promoting infrastructure development and economic cooperation on an unprecedented scale. With Beijing at the center, the BRI represents a bold vision for the future of global trade and international relations. The BRI's impact is visible in flagship projects across continents. Pakistan hosts the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, a $60 billion network linking Western China to the Arabian Sea. In Southeast Asia, Indonesia's Jakarta-Bandung high-speed railway and the China-Laos Railway have transformed regional connectivity. Central Asia features Kazakhstan's Korgos Gateway, a key logistics hub for China-Europe rail freight. In Africa, Kenya's Mombasa-Nairobi Railway and Ethiopia's Addis Ababa-Djibouti line provide vital infrastructure. Even Europe is involved. Greece's port of Piraeus, now a major Mediterranean hub, and Italy's BRI-linked investments. These projects unlock economic growth, create jobs, and reshape trade routes. The BRI's global footprint is vast, complex, and constantly evolving. It's a tapestry of infrastructure, investment, and influence. The initiative's reach now spans every continent except North America and Antarctica. The numbers reveal the BRI's scale. By July 2025, BRI-related investment and construction contracts have surpassed $2.5 trillion, covering thousands of projects. Trade between China and BRI partners exceeded $2.9 trillion in 2024, making China the top trading partner for many. BRI projects have created over 500,000 local jobs, from industrial parks in Egypt to railways in Serbia. The World Bank estimates the BRI could reduce travel times by up to 12%, boost trade by up to 10%, and lift nearly 40 million people from poverty. But there's a flip side: debt. BRI countries owe China hundreds of billions, raising concerns about debt sustainability and debt trap diplomacy. Beijing insists this debt fuels growth, but critics warn of financial risks for vulnerable nations. The BRI's story is one of immense investment and opportunity, tempered by rising financial obligations. The numbers tell a story of both promise and peril. The past year brought both breakthroughs and challenges for the BRI. Central Asia saw the long-awaited China-Kyrgyzstan-Uzbekistan railway finally move forward, creating a new southern route to the Middle East and Europe. Meanwhile, several African nations began renegotiating BRI loan terms, seeking better rates and more transparency. The small is beautiful phase has arrived. China is shifting from mega projects to smaller targeted investments in renewables, digital infrastructure, and public health. In June 2025, China launched a digital Silk Road partnership with Southeast Asian nations, focusing on 5G, data centers, and e-commerce. Western rivals like the US and EU are promoting their own infrastructure initiatives, making the development finance landscape more competitive. China is adapting, emphasizing quality, transparency, and sustainability to maintain the BRI's appeal. The BRI is evolving in response to both internal and external pressures. The BRI faces mounting challenges as it enters its second decade. Debt sustainability is a major concern, with several partner nations struggling to repay BRI loans amid slower growth and higher interest rates. Political backlash is growing. Some projects have been criticized for lack of transparency, environmental harm, and limited local benefits. Geopolitical rivalry is intensifying as the US and its allies offer alternatives and warn of China's expanding influence. Partner countries must now balance between Beijing and Washington, complicating project implementation. China's own economic slowdown means less state-backed financing and a more selective approach to overseas investment. The BRI's future will be shaped by these internal and external pressures. Adaptation is now essential for its survival. Views on the Belt and Road Initiative, or BRI, are sharply divided, creating a complex and often contradictory landscape of opinions. Chinese officials consistently call it a global public good, open, inclusive, and focused on shared development for all participating nations. They emphasize consultation, joint contribution, and mutual benefit, highlighting a win-win scenario for everyone involved. Western analysts, however, warn, offering a more cautious perspective, that the BRI increases China's leverage on the global stage and can potentially threaten the sovereignty and financial stability of recipient countries, particularly those with already fragile economies. They call for more transparency in project financing and implementation, as well as higher environmental and labor standards. International financial institutions like the World Bank see both promise and risk in the BRI's ambitious scope, stressing the critical need for good governance, sound debt management practices, and robust environmental safeguards to ensure sustainable development. For many developing countries, the BRI represents a practical solution to address critical infrastructure gaps that hinder economic growth. As one African finance minister aptly put it, "We need infrastructure to facilitate trade and development, and China is willing to finance it. We must, however, ensure these projects genuinely benefit our people and contribute to long-term prosperity." Ultimately, most partners aren't necessarily choosing sides in a geopolitical contest. They're primarily choosing development opportunities. The BRI's undeniable appeal lies in its demonstrated ability to deliver tangible results when other potential partners are unable or unwilling to do so. The debate surrounding the BRI continues to evolve, but its significant impact on global infrastructure development is undeniable and continues to reshape international relations. The BRI is evolving, becoming greener, smaller, and smarter. China is pivoting away from coal and toward renewable energy, making green development a priority. The small is beautiful mantra means fewer mega projects and more targeted investments with clear, quick returns. Focus areas now include agriculture, public health, vocational training, and digital services. The digital Silk Road is expanding with investments in fiber optics, data centers, 5G, and smart city solutions. This digital push helps China export its tech standards and gives partners a leap into the digital economy. The BRI is maturing into a more institutionalized, risk-sharing program often co-financed with multilateral banks. Soft infrastructure, rules, standards, and agreements will become as important as roads and ports. The initiative is shifting from a one-way flow of Chinese capital to a network of multi-layered partnerships. The ambition remains, but the execution is more nuanced and sophisticated. In July 2025, the BRI remains a defining force in global development. It has delivered vital infrastructure and reshaped economic geographies, but also created new dependencies and challenges. The era of rapid debt-fueled expansion is over. Now, the BRI is more cautious, green, and tech-focused. Beijing is refining the initiative to ensure its long-term survival and global relevance. The BRI's central story is enduring ambition, China's vision for a more connected multipolar world. Its success depends on adapting to new realities and proving it can deliver shared prosperity without unacceptable costs. The BRI must also navigate growing competition from Western alternatives. What comes next will shape China's global role for years to come. The BRI is too big to fail, and its story is far from over. Thank you.